What's going on, my exotic family? It's your boy Dre. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Now, today's video, we're going to be talking BCC versus BCI, Redtail Boa versus normal boa. What's the difference? So if you have a boa, you're more than likely familiar with the term redtail boa. Everyone has a boa, unless it's particularly a Dumerose boa or any other subspecies of boa. Most people refer to them as redtail boas. But that's not always the case, and there's a lot of confusion in the reptile world, so we're going to go over the differences. But before we do that, we're going to talk about the similarities of redtail boas and common boas. Now, of course, nonetheless, they are still boa constrictors, whether you're looking at BCC, BCI, true redtail, whatever you want to call it. They're still boa constrictors, meaning they are still large constricting snakes. They do like to climb. They do look very similar. They both have saddles, and they both are large constrictors. So now let's jump right into the differences. And just a quick sidebar, I was going to take Luther out for this video. However, you guys know he is not in a good mood right now. So I have my redtail boa Nakia here, and I'm just basically comparing the two back and forth. But I do have some clips that I will be putting in during the video. Alrighty, so starting off with appearance, common boas are going to have what's called bow tie saddles. They're thick brown saddles, and they're going to stretch all the way across the back of the snake, whereas redtail boas are going to have, if I can get it to focus, are going to have what's called peaks, and that's where the saddles actually come up a little bit. They're going to be a little bit darker brown, and they're going to look just a little bit different. BCI boas or common boas are also going to have more of a tan or a brownish tint to them, versus redtail boas again are going to have more of a grayish or silver color. So that is another huge indicator. And some of these differences, depending on which locale you're talking about, they're going to be a little different. This is a Suriname, so not everything is going to be for every BCC. Some of the BCCs do not have those peaks, whereas the BCIs, for sure, you will not see those peaks. Now, another difference between BCI and BCC is the BCI, they're going to have more of a brownish orange tail, which is why they're not called redtail boas. I know some people, they're all classified as redtail boas, but I just want people to know that there is a difference between boa constrictor imperator and BCC, which are the true redtail boas, but they have more of a brownish orangish color, as well as BCIs are not going to get as big as BCCs. They're going to stay in that 6 to 9 foot range. Of course, there are exceptions. Your female BCIs are going to get a lot larger than the males. However, for the BCCs, these guys can get up to 7 to 12 foot. Again, there are exceptions to every rule, so you never know how big it's actually going to get, but on average, your BCCs are going to get a lot bigger. Alrighty, now another difference between BCC and BCI is BCIs are going to have a lot of morphs. And what I mean by morphs is Bane. Bane here is a BCI, however, Bane is a motley het VPI. However, these guys do not have morphs. They have morphs, but they're more known by locality. So Guyana, Bolivian, Peruvian, these are going to be these guys, and no matter what, they're all still going to have that bright, super bright red tail. Now, although most people think the big main difference between redtail boa and common boa is the tail, in my opinion, redtail boas seem to have somewhat of a better disposition than BCI boas or common boas, and they just seem to really be a lot more laid back than your common boa. Now, redtail boas are usually going to have some speckling, and you notice the stomach is a lot clearer, versus a common boa is going to have somewhat of a slightly yellowish tint to the bottom of the belly. And like I said, the tinting usually starts on the side and it goes to the belly. Now, with all of that said, each of these snakes are very beautiful in their own right. No snake is prettier than the other. I really just wanted to do this video just to help some of the newer people try to identify, common boa versus redtail boa. It just seems to be a lot of confusion in the reptile industry, and they're in fact two snakes. Now, if you have one, it's just for a pet and you're not breeding or anything, that's fine. You really don't care. However, like I said, this is an educational channel, so we'll try to bring you guys everything educational. Now, with all of that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a video that I've anticipated for some time. I wanted to wait until I got a little more size on her, but why not go ahead and just release it for you guys right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a comment and let me know what you guys think. Turn those post notifications on so you don't miss any uploads, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram at DWExotic, and as always, stay exotic.